Hello, Cancers. Welcome to your monthly zodiac reading for the month of January 2025. I hope you guys had an incredible holiday season. I hope you really enjoyed that new moon, that very powerful new moon that we had. This month, we have quite a few things happening. The month is kind of divided up into kind of some funky ways. So we're going to kind of do 5 weeks instead of 4, and we will also focus on Cancer rising. So wherever the transits happen, I will tie them into the house that they will fall in for you so that you can kind of pay attention to those themes and just see how the energy plays out with you. But as always, please make sure that you check your sun, moon, and rising to see if there's a correlating theme for the month. But let's get started. Let's see what your overall energy theme is for the month. Live life to the fullest. The holidays can be very stressful, and no doubt that the astrological transits that have taken place have really put a strain on things. And even this month, we have a full moon in your sign, as well as Mars retrograding back into your sign. So we do have a couple of things going on that can directly impact your energy. But overall, your message is to live life to the fullest. Here in the first week, we've got Strength in reverse. Here in the second week, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Here in the third week, the High Priestess. This is the week that we have the full moon in your sign. The Queen of Cups in reverse. And then here in the last week, the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so a lot of reversals happening. So clearly there may be a need for a new perspective here, right? Here in the first week, we've got the Strength in reverse. This can really represent that fear and ego and even doubt are really taking over. This is the week that we've got Venus moving into Pisces. Venus, the planet of love, money, beauty, aesthetic, art, culture, all of these things is moving into the very compassionate and dreamer sign of Pisces. Venus is exalted, means that she is just as powerful in Pisces as she is in Libra or Taurus. So she's right at home in Pisces. So with this energy, Venus being in Pisces is kind of asking us to be compassionate towards what we value, really valuing things like compassion, empathy, kindness, love, dreams, faith, spirituality, really valuing all of the things that we cannot see or touch. With you guys that week, Strength is in reverse. So there could be some doubt playing out. And we'll, of course, see more about that when we have clarifying cards. Here in the second week, the Two of Materials or the Two of Pentacles in reverse, there's a need to really prioritize. You're juggling a lot of different things, a lot of time, energy, effort, home, relationships, work, career, finances, self-care, all of the things. You are juggling them all. And there's a real need to prioritize right now. There's a need to take stock as to what's actually the priority and put those things at the top of the list. Mars retrograding back into your sign. Mars is the planet of desire, action, and assertion. It's retrograding, so it's slowing down, or it's already retrograde. It's at a very slow pace, which can make it kind of irritable, but can also make it very difficult to kind of pin down this energy. Mars retrograde may be saying like, you're not really sure what you should be devoting your time to. But now that Mars is retrograde, the energy has slowed down and it's giving you a chance to really evaluate this. Mercury is moving into Capricorn on the 8th. So the planet of thoughts, ideas, and communication is moving into the sign of Capricorn of achievement, of success. So our thoughts and our conversations could be more geared towards the long-term success, long-term achievement. What are my goals, right? Which is why here you guys are really being guided to find out what your priorities are. What are really my priorities? What are my desires, and what priorities kind of help facilitate the action towards those desires? Here in the 3rd week, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. So there could be some gossip, very like bitterness type of energy. Full moons are incredibly potent energies, and they're potent times. Because the energy, the moon governs our emotional state, right? And the moon governs Cancer, it governs your sign. So this is a very potent energy. Also, what the full moon could be illuminating is where you guys aren't trusting your intuition, right? Where are you not trusting your intuition when it comes to like Cancer in the 1st house? So your own sense of self. Where are you not trusting yourself? This is at the 23rd degree, so this is a Uranus degree. This could bring about just an unexpected revelation, or what's being revealed here could really be liberating to who you really are. It could provide you the opportunity to live your life to the fullest because you're no longer going to doubt yourself, right? Here in the 4th week, this is when we have Aquarius season starting. So Aquarius season, Pluto being in Aquarius, Pluto will take kind of become kind of a big theme during Aquarius season because Pluto is right there. But Aquarius is all about the future. It's about social media, our social circles, our close-knit community, right? It's about authenticity and rebellion. It's really about how can our authenticity and rebellion help carry us, not rebellion, but our authenticity help contribute to the collective, right? It's no longer an idea of me, it's more of an idea of us. And here in the 4th week, you guys have got the Queen of Emotions or the Queen of Cups in reverse. So there is a need for healing. It could be there's some codependency going on. It could be that there's a lot of emotions, like feeling very, very overwhelmed, and just a lot of emotions that are kind of clouding your judgment, right? Kind of making things extremely reactive, okay? Here in the 4th week, this is when we have a lot of transits, a lot of things taking place all at once. We have Mercury moving into the sign of Aquarius. So the planet of thoughts, ideas, communication is moving into the very future-oriented sign of Aquarius, which is great because we had Mercury in Capricorn looking at the future, looking how can I set goals for where I want to go. Now Mercury being in Aquarius is like, now we're going to focus on how we're going to go there. Now we're going to focus on being clear about our hopes and our dreams. Okay, that's happening on the 28th. On the 29th, the North Node leaves Aries and it will go into the sign of Pisces. Unless you guys have your natal nodes in Pisces and Virgo, I don't necessarily see that playing a huge impact on you guys at the moment. On the 29th, we have the new moon happening in the sign of Aquarius. So this is happening at the 9th degree. This is a Jupiter degree. So this is an opportunity. New moons are always new opportunities to set intentions around what it is you desire. And I say what you desire because it's in the 8th house. The 8th house rules things like sex, death, the taboo, occult, energetic debt, right? We want to set those themes. We want to really just kind of set intentions around what we desire for the future, because it's in Aquarius. The fact that we're doing this at the 9th degree can actually promote a feeling of peace, because this is a Jupiter degree, so it's a sense of benevolence. How can I create a future of peace and harmony for the future, right? Here in the last week, we've got, this is a notable mention, Uranus is going direct within the sign of Taurus, also at a Uranus or Aquarius degree. So this energy going direct could feel like a little bit of a jolt, could be like a little bit of a shock. Taurus happens in your 11th house, so this could be around your hopes and wishes. And it could be that something new and incredible occurs. Here, the Page of Swords is, you could be, it's kind of contradictory because I just said it could be, you know, something around your career, your hopes and dreams. But the Page of Swords, when it's in reverse, can represent a message of just a lack of clarity. It could be that you're not learning a lesson when it comes to living your life to the fullest. Cancer, you guys have this innate tendency to put other people's needs before your own. And it can prevent you from living life to the fullest because you're always trying to take into account other people. And that can be really, really, really tricky. Okay. But here in the last week, the page is like, hey, there's a lesson that you're not learning here. Okay. It could be a lack of clarity or just really being uncertain about what it is that you know. Okay. Let's see. Here in the first week, Strength in reverse, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have Strength in reverse, and this is about, like I said, a lot of doubt. And it's doubt, but this doubt is coming from, it feels like a very mental place. Like these are like thoughts, and these thoughts, this doubt just keeps stabbing you over and over. And with the Page of Coins, it's kind of like these narratives, these stories that you keep telling yourself around, like you're waiting on an opportunity that's just not coming. And it's like this narrative, this very almost self-betraying narrative that you're waiting on an opportunity that's just not going to come, is cultivating this sense of doubt. But really, that's just the ego and the fear taking over. Venus is moving into Pisces, and Pisces is your 9th house. This is long-term travel. If you're looking to travel and really explore the world, it could be that there is this subconscious, and maybe not even subconscious, maybe you hear it being said, it's like, you're never going to be able to do this. You're never going to be able to do this, right? But Pisces is all about the faith. It's about faith in what we cannot see. You have to have faith that you're going to be able to live your life to the fullest, exactly the way you want to live it. But you cannot let this mental kind of, it's like a little, I always imagine like a little biting creature that just bite, and it's always like a pinch, but it happens so often that it becomes very painful. So that's kind of what this energy feels like. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of fear and ego coming around just a lot of mental anxiety over wondering whether or not what you're wanting for your future is really going to come to pass. Okay. Here In the second week, like I said, a need to prioritize the Nine of Wands. You're doing way too much for everybody else. You're constantly there for other people. But are you ever there for yourself? You need to do things differently with the Hierophant in reverse. You know that you need to do things differently. And with Mars going retrograde within your sign and Mercury going into Capricorn that week, it is absolutely 100% an opportunity for you to start setting boundaries. Start setting those boundaries. Because the more you set those boundaries, the more you're going to feel confident in who you are and your ability to create what it is that you want. Here in the third week, the High Priestess in reverse. This is the week of the full moon. Not feeling very bitter because like feel like you're working towards things, but you're not getting to where it is that you want to be. And it's because you're not actually putting in the work that you want to put in. You're like, I'm doing all of these things. But if you're so busy being there for everybody else, you're not nurturing yourself. And it's creating the King of Wands where you're tired, you're frustrated, you're exhausted. And as a result, the High Priestess is it feels like resentful. And it's going to be that the full moon is illuminating this. It is going to heighten those emotions. And it could be that deep down, those emotions, you may take it out on other people, but in reality, you're resentful to yourself. You're resentful for the fact that you haven't put down any boundaries. You're resentful for the fact that you don't trust your own intuition. You're resentful for the fact that you're doing way too many things for other people and not enough for yourself. The full moon is going to illuminate that. And at the 23rd degree, it's really going to be kind of like this liberation from your own mental prison. So with the full moon, maybe just take some time to yourself, really nurture yourself. Maybe I would do the 11th through around the 15th. You really just need to be focused on you. Even if it's very selfish, you need to like put aside all other mess, anybody else, and you need to really focus on you. Here in the fourth week with the Queen of Cups in reverse, this is Aquarius season, the Chariot. You're ready to go forward, but you're not sure where to go. This is major arcana right here. So the week after the full moon, shifting into Aquarius season, you know that you need to move towards what you want. You're ready to move towards something new. You're ready to live your life to the fullest. But you are so afraid of the unknown that it is deeply overwhelming. And it could be preventing you from moving anywhere. It's preventing you from going anywhere, right? So the moon is a lot to do with there's a need to listen and to trust your intuition. The Queen of Emotions, when she is in reverse, her emotions are overwhelming her. She is overwhelmed. She's overstimulated. She's tired. She's codependent. All of these things are occurring and it is preventing her. It is burying her intuition. So you could be ready to go. You could be ready for change, but you have no idea how to get there. And you can't rely on your intuition because right now your emotions are in the driver's wheel, like in the driver's seat. So there is a real need to pay attention to your intuition. Focus on emotional regulation here in the fourth week. Even like this, the third and the fourth week together, this 2-week period, really, really, really need to focus on your own self-care. and living your life to the fullest, because it is going to help move this very stagnant energy and allow you to see exactly where it is that you want to go. Here in the last week, the Page of Voices, or the Page of Swords in reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Coins. So it could be that the Page of Voices can be very careless when speaking. And this could be due to conflict, conflicting egos, conflicting interest, just feeling like no matter what you do for another person, you cannot seem to, it's like there's always something. There is always something. You are constantly fighting a battle, and it could result in what feels like it feels like a separation from what once felt like a very steady future. Now, while it may feel that way in the moment, it does not mean that it's going to stay that way, right? It could just feel that way in the moment. But it could be that there's a lot of fighting going on with you and someone close to you, with family. And the Page of Voices, like, it's just very careless words. Okay? It could be a message of unfavorable news. Somebody says something that is extremely hurtful, and they can't take it back. And so it creates this discord between what you once felt was very stable. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. Here in the first week, nothing will come of this situation. You consistently thinking these thoughts over and over, these thoughts that just continuously feel like a stab to the heart, nothing's going to come of it. It's not going to fix it, and it's not going to make it go away. So there is definitely a need to, when it comes to the energy like a void, of course, moon, it's kind of like the womb space. It's a lot of openness, and it's a lot of opportunity to receive, and maybe just go into a state of acceptance and rest. For, like I said, if the Page of Coins, waiting on an opportunity that's not going to come, this narrative, or maybe quite literally it's a message that you guys have been waiting on an opportunity that's not coming. It's just an opportunity to take a step back and be like, hang on, like, all right, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? What do I want? It's like an opportunity to really check in with yourself and not to let this doubt take over. Here in the second week, prosperity lies ahead. Prosperity lies ahead. If you can put boundaries down, if you can focus on your goals for the future and place boundaries, stop fighting everyone else's battles for them, really, and do things differently, then you being able to live your life to the fullest is right ahead. There won't be anything that anyone could do to stop that, right? But you're going to have to put those boundaries down. You're going to have to be like, look at someone and be like, you know, I can't help you right now. I can help you later, but I can't stop everything that I'm doing and help you right now. You can't keep fighting everyone's battles for them. Here in the third week, the week of the full moon, bring love into the situation. Instead of focusing on feeling resentful and bitter towards yourself, give yourself grace and compassion. Release any of the situations, anything that has happened that make you feel resentful, that make you feel bitter and angry. Release any of the situations that make you feel very betrayed. Release it all. Let it go. Do your best to get it, let it go. Write it all down on a piece of paper. Burn it in a very safe place, like get a glass jar. I have a glass bowl that I keep mine in, and then I burn them in there. Outside, of course. Write down all of the experiences and all of the feelings of resentment and bitterness and just anger towards yourself, and let it go. Because it's time for you to start loving yourself. Time for you to start loving yourself. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in the sign of Capricorn. A lot of overwhelming. So collectively, with Pluto leaving your opposing sign, it is having kind of like a ripple effect on you guys. Everything that you've kind of experienced over the last 16 years, the dust is starting to settle. All of those towers that came crumbling, all of everything that happened. The dust is settling. And so the end of a tough cycle is going to approach, but you have to keep being resilient. You have to keep persevering. You have to listen to your dreams and your intuition when it comes to where you want to go and how you want to get there. You can't, and this could be now that the dust is settling and the end of a cycle approaches, it could be a very, very good time to focus on healing. Focus on that healing space. And so allow all of this pain and everything from the full moon, all of the things that the full moon revealed, allow it all to go. Allow it all to fall to the wayside and just focus on nurturing yourself and healing. I'm sorry about that. My she's home from school and it's just me here with her. So if you've been hearing a lot of thudding, that's her. But it could be that now that this cycle is ending and the dust is settling from everything, is that now is the time to really focus on healing. Don't let pride get in your way. This is Leo energy with the 5 of Wands. Like I said, remember I said it's a clash of egos. Don't let pride get in your way and force you to say something that you don't really mean. And it could be that that's the lesson that's not being learned, is that pride, if pride is leading the way, it could be leading to this separation within the home. It could be leading to this separation of security that you look for. It could be ripping away. The 10 of Coins in reverse can represent a separation, divorce, financial loss, but overall a lack of achievement around stability and structure. This week, I'm not saying that this is going to lead to divorce or separation. I'm trying to be very careful to not say that. But what I am saying is don't let heated words, don't let pride and ego continue to fuel this separating force that can be happening within your closest relationships, right? So you guys are meant to live your life to the fullest this month. There's a lot going on, and you can see that here with the cards. But I really think the biggest lesson for you guys is to forgive yourself and to just put yourself first. You don't have to do it all the time. And there's a way to put yourself first without neglecting other people and your responsibilities, but you have to at some point at least put yourself first. So I truly hope this helped. I hope you guys have an incredible month, and we will see you in February.